This is the story of Chris Vozzella, from masters to disasters. What if I told you your biggest sand trap comes after your biggest hole in one?
Hello everyone, I'm Mitch Miracle, Chris Vozzella's best friend, caddy, club advisor.
Okay, Mitch, when did you first meet Chris?
First time I met Chris was 8th grade gym class. We were out there in gym, having a good time. He dropped his club. I actually picked up his club. This one right here, about 26 years ago. And he said, "Wow, thanks, you're really good at that." And I was like, thank you, and you're pretty good at golf. Ever since then, we were peanut butter and jelly, and I ended up making a lot of bread.
Would you consider yourself having a positive or negative influence on Chris's life?
His life in general, I'd have to say positive. Some of our actions and altercations we ran into, you could say negative. I mean, good kids in school, friends with everybody, they really have a lot of problems with everybody growing up. Most towns you always hear about the All-American quarterback or the basketball player who drops 40 points a game. But something about our town, man, golf just really got us going, and people loved us for it. All I do is carry the clubs and advise them, but we did well. But once things got to the top, once it goes up, must come down, and it really came down. And I hate to say it, but this is where we're at right now, and we gotta live with it.
Now, when did everything start to go wrong?
Oh man, top of his game, man. Right after the Masters, we got introduced to marijuana, and ever since that, they say it's a gateway drug, kids. It is.
How would you describe Chris's personality on the golf course and away from the golf course?
On the golf course, the kid's just a stud. He's focused. He has a lot of integrity, a lot of ambition. He's pretty tough on himself. I've seen him do some pretty incredible things. One time I watched him put the ball on the tee. Nice, beautiful day out, about 86 degrees, 12-mile-an-hour winds. And he just sent that ball 300 yards to a hole-in-one. Craziest part about it was a damn soccer ball. Nobody knows how he did it to this day still.
Action.
Now off the course, cool dude, very responsible family man, even though he has no kids or sisters or brothers, but I'm sure he's a family man. We don't make the best decisions. He actually turned down a $300 million endorsement from Nike because Cougar offered him. And he said, "I like Cougars." So sometimes his decision making is not the best, but we always get to point A to point B, I guess you could say. He's just a fun guy. Great dude.
My name's Zach Griffith, rival golfer to Chris Vozzella.
So Zach, I know this probably isn't the best question, but how do you feel that you lost to him at the Masters by one stroke?
It was a hard fought match. Chris just had it that day. He's lucky he's out of the sport of golf now, and I'm still in it, striving, winning every tournament that comes my way. And honestly, it's good for the game of golf that Chris is no longer in it.
So, if you could describe Chris in one word. I had to describe Chris. How would you describe him in one word?
Scumbag.
Wow, do you mean that? That's pretty deep.
Absolutely mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Now, other than Chris beating you at the Masters, it seems like you have a lot of hate. Is there any particular reason for this?
Well, first of all, I just want to go out and say that, yes, Chris beat me at 2 Masters. Not a better golfer than me. He's never has been, never will be. So that's irrelevant. We won't talk about that right now. We'll talk about why I hate Chris Vozzella. And I hate Chris Vozzella because we're at the second Masters win. So he's already on his downslope. He's probably at the worst he is in his career, but he's still winning matches, still winning tournaments. He's still doing great. But we're at the second Masters little ceremony after, and he won. He beat me by a stroke again. And so my dear grandfather, 92 this month, is in the food line. And Chris comes up to him and starts talking all this crap about me and how I'm awful. And Chris blacked out of his mind at this point on God knows what type of drugs and alcohol. And so my grandpa ain't no bitch. He was a Marine. He stands up to Chris, and he was old. And Chris decides that it's a good idea to sucker punch him in the face. And obviously he goes down, and there's this huge scrum at the Masters. So long story short, he knocked out my grandfather after beating me in the Masters, and then coming to my grandfather's rescue was my grandma. And as my grandma was on the ground with my grandpa and Chris was walking away, he spit on my grandmother. And those are just on a long list of reasons why I hate Chris Vozzella.
How you doing? I'm Mike Vozzella, and unfortunately, Chris is my son.
Okay. Now, would you say you are proud of your son?
No way, shape, or form.
And why is that?
Look at him.
Okay, that is mean.
There's nothing mean about that. He's a disgrace to my name.
Now, did you teach Chris how to golf?
Absolutely not. I would never be involved in a soft sport like golf. I consider myself more of an All-American and badminton.
So, do you prosper like your son did in his sport?
Absolutely. I All-American in high school, All-American in college. Went professional, but the league ended shortly. No one knows why.
Will you ever love your son?
Will he ever learn how to pee standing up? No. I will never love my son. He's soft. He's nothing. I said it already. He's a disgrace to my name. I want nothing to do with him.
What?
I'm Chris Vozzella, the greatest golfer to ever live.
Chris, what was the highest point in your career?
The highest point in my career? Oh, that was down in Daytona. Me and Mitch invited our boy Pablo up. We were doing key bumps with a 9-iron.
Let's try to stick to golf for right now. I was talking about highest accolade or happiest you've been throughout your career.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that one. My highest accolade is probably my second Masters.
What was the lowest point of your career?
The lowest point of my career is probably when I had Mitch go on a drug run for me. 9th hole in the second Masters. Everyone was asking me why I was walking around without a caddy. And I just said I needed the workout. And then he came back, and by the 12th hole, couldn't even walk straight.
Now, do you have any regrets, or if you could go back in time and change anything, would you?
No.
No regrets. Okay.
No.
So, there's nothing that you want to change, or what about the little squirm you had at the Masters ceremony, second one?
Oh, with Zach's grandparents?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah. I would have punched that prick twice, and I would have kicked his grandmother in the face.
So no, you don't want to issue any apologies right now?
No.
Now, how is rehab going? Do you think that it's something that's going to help you later on in life, or are you going to go back to your old ways?
I don't think there's anything in this world that can help me. I think I'm just kind of a train that's going downhill and can't stop and won't be stopped.
Now, is there any thoughts of a comeback?
Hell yeah, I always think about the comeback every day. Yo, Mitch, grab me a 9-iron. Oh, yeah.
All right. Talk about golf.
Oh, them letting me back?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. I'm not allowed back in that shithole.
So we've seen the last of Chris Vozzella on a golf course.
Yes, but not a prison cell.